Good afternoon, folks. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming today with a very unexpected find. I was looking for the Metroplex in stores and I found this big old boy on the shelf. This is the Black Series Darth Vader electronic helmet, and this looks absolutely spectacular on the side of the box. You got your three components there as you go down the side, and more Vader on this side right here. You get the steps, but I think it should go 1, 2, 3, but it goes 1, 2, 3 on that side. And on the back here, you also get the components again, what each piece does, the ventilation, sound effects, all the stuff that we saw in Obi-Wan and any other Star Wars thing. Realistically detailed, entertainment inspired reproduction of the iconic Darth Vader helmet. Ventilation, sound effects, authentic multi-piece helmet with adjustable fit and magnetic connection points. We're going to get this guy out of the box and see how cool it really is. Thanks again for watching my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, please consider donating to my Patreon. Thanks again for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. You guys rock. Let's get this thing out of the box and see how cool it really is. I'll preface this that I had the Darth Tyrannus Dooku lightsaber, and it was kind of big and clunky, and I think there was a smaller Elite Effects version of it I'll get later if I can get a hold of it. But I got rid of that last fall shortly after filming this video review. And this, if my head fits in it and I don't get too claustrophobic, I'll probably end up keeping it. But we'll wait and see after I get this review done. Thanks again for watching. So what do you get when you open the box here? You get a cardboard inset right here, and inside of there you get the instructions right there. And very carefully take this piece and put it across the top, and get another piece of cardboard. We'll just set this out here. And this first piece right here is the actual top of the helmet. We're going to set this aside a second. And right here to the left is a little plastic piece inside of a tissue paper bag. It is in fact the little backdrop that helps display the helmet whenever you do got it down, so that it goes toward the back, and then the helmet sits on these pieces right here. Of note, I don't want to rustle it too much, this is way they needed to go with accessories from here on if they're going to do tissue paper, a tissue paper bag. And here's the rest of the helmet coming out of the box here. Just going to get that off of there. And one final look at the box. Keep everything just inside the box so that you can get it back in there if anything's broken or damaged, so you can take it back to the store. A special note, I'm just going to have you see this from the back side. This is like one of the first pieces that we saw from Empire Strikes Back. I'm going to pick this up off the display stand and show it to you. And this is exactly everything we saw that kind of horrified us. I was 6 at the time when I first saw this. This was pretty scary as a kid, seeing that backside of Vader's neck and the big white scarred, what was left of his head being, you know, no hair or anything there. And we get a little peek inside of what we see there. I want to separate this to show it to you in better detail. Here is the inside inner workings, and you can see the magnets right here. These are super strong, sturdy magnets. This is exactly what you see whenever Luke is with Darth Vader there at the end of Return of the Jedi. You got the microphones here. These are actually not microphones, they're just props, but this is, like I said, a really, really well done replica prop. And these just simply detach right here at the side on each side of the bottom piece to help get it on to begin with. But this thing is simply amazingly detailed. As you can see, all the cords and what have you. These things are kind of loose, like they're speakers there for him to speak and help him breathe and all that stuff. And just a really, really great piece. When you do go to put it on, I leave one side detached, one side plugged in. Oh, and of other note, I want to show you this really quick. This is the door that you put your AAA batteries in and secure it back down, and then you put all that back together to put it. And make sure to orient this the correct way or you'll never get attached. Before we go any further, I wanted to show you the inside and the detail that was put into the upper portion, and the magnets that are there will securely sit onto this base when we go to put it on here in a minute. But I just wanted to show you that kind of what Anakin saw whenever he was getting ready to gear up for the first time in this thing, before the breath and all that stuff. And that's what's really magical about this. When you do get this piece really close to getting set on there, the magic happens, and that is so awesome. Like I said, these things are strong. This thing's not coming off. And I wanted to focus on the front side of the face and show you this right here, and it's just absolutely beautiful. The red visors, the face mask, the detail that went into the top of the mask is just so beautiful, man. I really do love this thing, and it's going to be awfully hard to take this back if it doesn't fit. Right here on the top, you got all that immaculate detail. Really, really well done up. It'd be nice if it had actually been real cords and whatnot, but that's all right. So now let's get the other piece on there and show you the final finished piece here. Of note here, inside the top of the helmet's the other magnets that will affix to the magnets that are on top of the helmet there. And to much effect, it makes a very satisfying click into place. And it does get on there. Now, and I just can't get this to work. Let's try that one more time here. Boom. And this is what we all wanted since we were little. A full replica Halloween mask. And Black Series certainly delivers this. This thing has got a shine to it, and I love how they got the plastic gloss just right. It is a plastic piece that it's not sturdy or whatnot, and I'll have to clean the fingerprints and schmutz off of that. But this is just a really outstanding piece to have in your man cave, your collection, wherever you may go or have stuff. I mean, this belongs there if you're a Star Wars fan. This is getting harder and harder by the second to even so let's actually get this thing on and test out all the pieces and bits. Thanks again for watching. And I'm going to try to attempt to show this on camera and let you listen to it. This thing makes the coolest sound effect whenever you disengage it. That is so cool. This next bit, we're going to try to get everything around it, just like he did in the end of Revenge of the Sith whenever he was getting suited up from being banged up by Obi-Wan on Mustafar. One moment, please. Step one is getting the respirator wrapped around your neck there and clicked back into place. And now that it's nice and clicked back in, we can press this button right here on the side in order to get the sound effects. I'll let this do the talking. Now we will put on the other part of the helmet. One moment, please. My crude recreation of the piece getting lowered into Anakin and seeing through Sith eyes for the first time. And a little bit closer here. And that bad boy is on, and now that it does that, you can get this effect going on. And now for the final piece, the helmet coming across the top and locking into place. And this next bit is for anybody that's ever watched Spaceball before. I can't breathe in this thing! With the helmet on, clearance is really, really tight. It gets kind of hot in here really, really quick. And now for a few other lines. You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away! You don't know the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. I am your father. No, I'm just kidding, man. Just kidding. Those must be comfortable shoes you're wearing. And for one final joke. How does Darth Vader eat? Ah. He's force fed. Ha 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 ha. Let's get this bad boy off. And just listen to this beautiful sound effect again. And now let's get this on the turntable for some final thoughts. Thanks again for, taking the time and watching this with me. Some final thoughts on this quick review. This thing is awesome. Like I said, this is not for everybody. It is like $130 at retail, and you'll have to keep the smudges on it, cleaned up. Probably keep this thing in its box to keep it nice if it doesn't have a glass display case. But highly recommend for those that have the means to get this, or equally a longtime Star Wars fan like myself. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you again for your valuable time. This has been a fun look at an equally fun role-playing piece that definitely belongs in any Star Wars fans' homes. The only thing that can make this cooler is if this thing actually had voice changer modulation on top of the awesome breathing and wheezing and all the other cool stuff that this has got. You guys have an excellent week out there. May the Force be with you always.